Hey everyone, I'm Kalina Trush and welcome back to my channel, the place where you keep working but make your life better. And today we are diving into a topic that hits close to home many of us, burnout. And if you're in your 20s or 30s, juggling work, study, and everything in between, you are not alone. But I've discovered a game-changing mindset that has helped me combat burnout and regain control of my life. Before we deep dive into it, just a quick disclaimer. I'm not a psychotherapist and I'm sharing here my own experience, but that one that really helped me. And firstly, let's clarify what actually burnout means. It's not just feeling tired or stressed, it's that overwhelming sense of exhaustion, both physically and mentally. It's like running on empty, and it can have serious consequences to your well-being. And I've been there, deep in this burnout trenches, feeling like I'm on autopilot, just going through the motion and not feeling any emotions or wanting to quit everything. It's like running on empty and nothing good actually can happen from it. And it took me a few years of therapy and a few burnouts after that to realize that one mindset shift that broke a cycle of burning out again and again. And I will share it for you in a few seconds. So, what is the magic solution? It's all about making a conscious shift towards being I-centric. That means focusing on yourself in a way that promotes self-care, self-awareness, and most important, self-compassion. Being I-centric doesn't mean becoming selfish or self-centered. It's about putting yourself at the center of your own life, understanding your limits, prioritizing your well-being as well. One day, how it's happened to me, one day I realized that I had performed extraordinarily well over the last 2 weeks. To understand this, I knew which metrics to consider, and I understood that I'm truly skilled and experienced specialist. However, when one of my stakeholders expressed dissatisfactions, my initial instinct was to address her issue outside of my working hours, jeopardize my own happiness. That's when it hit me. No matter how hard I worked, how was I great, when the center of my focus is external, on this ladies at time, you'll constantly fire yourself in satisfying others' expectation. That's when I set a challenge for myself. Put yourself above everything else. Put yourself above task and prioritize your own well-being through the day. You know, it's just like on the meme when a child sitting in the water and feeling like they are drowning, and someone else lifts them and puts them on their feet. And suddenly they realize that it's just water up to their knees and nothing big actually happens. For me, this mindset shift worked the same way. It helped me understand that my project is just water up to my knee, and the main project of my life is me. And honestly, this may sound egoistic, but my work actually improved when I started looking at it as a specialist, analyzing everything more professionally instead of taking things personally and burning myself out. Now let's talk about how can implement the I-centric approach in your daily life. Setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and recognizing when you need a break are only possible when the center of your attention is you, your body, feelings, knowledge, and well-being. I know it sounds like easy, but it's not easy to do, especially if, like me, you grew up depending on others' opinion. But the idea that kept helping me put myself at the center of my life was taking responsibility. I was always the one burning myself out, consciously or unconsciously. Recognizing this gave me actually power and the choice. And each time I felt unable to say no or incredibly stressed about work, I started being honest with myself and say it out loud, like, this is my choice now to please my coworker. Yeah, it sounds strange. And do that work instead of choosing myself, my happiness. This is price for this person liking me. At least this is honest. And then I realized the power of choice was in my hands, and I stopped burning myself out. Another exercise to return to your center is simple yet challenging. Lay down for 3 minutes and start scanning yourself and say aloud what you feel. The tricky part is you cannot be silent for more than a couple of seconds, and you should not interpret your feelings. Just feel. For example, say, I'm feeling my hands numbing instead of I feel anxious. You see that? If you do this consistently, you will find it easier to understand your emotion, needs, and connect with your body, the center of your focus. And if you are in your 20s or 30s, navigating the challenges of work, study, you are particularly vulnerable to burnout. I get it. I've been there. But trust me, this mindset shift can make a world of difference. In conclusion, escaping burnout starts with a fundamental change in perspective. Embrace the I-centric approach, prioritize self-care, and reclaim control over your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You may help anyone else. And remember, you've got the power to live a balanced and fulfilling life. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know in the comments how you combat burnout, or if you have any question about this I-centric approach. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay empowered. This is Kalina Trush, striving for authenticity over appearance. See you soon.